Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the TalkingBull podcast. I'm Anthony and this is Nick.
Hi.
And we are a weekly nerdy news kind of update podcast. We're going to be running down the weekly nerdly news that we come across, discuss, and we find interesting. But to start off... What's up, guys? Welcome to another TalkingBull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. Guess what? This is episode 50. We fucking did it. We made it to 50. Can you fucking believe we made it to 50?
50 is a
big fucking number.
It is a pretty high number.
It is. It is.
I didn't think we'd make it to 10.
Nope. We took that long break during Christmas and just before, and I'm like, I don't know if we're coming back. And we did with roaring success.
Well, we were moving.
Yeah, that's true. We did.
There were issues as to why we didn't record.
But still, we hit 50. Thank you to everyone who has watched this, talked to us about it, said they watched it, shared the links, retweeted us, liked the tweets, all that stuff. So 50. Woo! This is us in our big celebration. Also, now that my computer situation is completely fixed and I'm able to do things on here again without it completely crashing constantly. A Way Out, the Let's Play series that me and Nick did, will continue to go now, starting Wednesday again. Also, live streaming schedule will now be Wednesday starting at 7, probably till about 10ish. Saturday starting at 7. And till whenever I get bored or tired of it.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. I thought about this earlier. I was like, I gotta remember what time to say because of where we are, right? Completely fucking forgot. But I remembered I had to do, Standard Time, 7 o'clock Wednesday, 7 o'clock Saturday, and then on Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Probably until about 10 o'clock. So Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday are now streaming days. That's what I have decided. I was going to do Friday, but I'm like, we record Friday. I want to just relax afterwards. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do Friday, Saturday. That's my time to not have to worry about getting up for work or whatever the next thing. So I'm like, nah, we'll do Wednesday and then Saturday, Sunday. And then, And then Monday, the podcast will go as usual. And then Wednesday will be the Let's Play series. And then Friday is our, if we have a video, goes live that day, depending on if we have something. If not, it's Monday, Wednesday. So going forward, that's our schedule for everything. Now, it's at the beginning of the video. I thanked everyone. Now, let's jump into all the reason why you were here. Listen to us ramble about shit.
49 episodes before we thanked everyone at the start of the video.
Yep, I did it. I'm so proud. I got through the fucking intro. Woohoo! 50 fucking episodes. All right, so I was trying to think of what the big story is this week. I'm going to have to say it is, I have no clue. A lot of random things happened this week. You know what? Let's start off with the Connors. Kind of a big thing the last little bit. Everyone was talking about it. We're now getting a show.
Are we?
Yeah.
What's the update?
Yeah, the update is 10 episodes straight to series because obviously they already had paid for it. It's called The Connors. It's going forward without Roseanne. They made some sort of deal to either compensate her, but they did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is her creation.
Exactly. So she has no creative input. She has no input in it, and it's 10 episodes, and it's called The Connors. And basically what's going to happen.
Would she have died in that in that knee surgery or whatever?
There was a press release synopsis basically saying, like, when they come back, they'll deal with life, love, blah, 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 during a certain circumstance. I assume they're going to kill her and then just move on from that and probably not dwell on it too much since it will
just
be...
like a one-off couple lines of
exactly.
Like, she died in that surgery type of thing, possibly.
Exactly.
And then move forward with the Connors. Mm-hmm. Which I think is the better approach than that one idea of moving on with, like, Darlene and her kids.
And then not acknowledging Roseanne's presence. Yeah. I like this idea better. Yeah. It gets people intrigued to see how the show functions without Roseanne. I'm actually intrigued to see.
It's like the same show, but without her.
Exactly.
Whereas, like the Darlene approach would have been a different show.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, what's the starting look like? What does this look like? Like, her presence was everywhere on that show. What does the house look like? How do they interact with each other? Like, I've watched old Roseanne enough to know how the show works. I haven't watched new Roseanne. I will check out this first episode of the thing to see what the show is like. I won't watch it probably, although I might. The whole reason I didn't watch it before was because I hated Roseanne. I have no problem with the other people on the show. I like John Goodman. Sarah Gilbert's pretty cool. Like, I'll check it out. The other big thing this week is the continued ongoing bidding war between Disney and Comcast for 20th Century Fox. As we reported like a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, they had upped their bid to, Comcast upped their bid to, I think, 65. Disney up it now to 71.3. Their initial offer plus, like, I think, cash now. So it looks like, for all intents and purposes, this might be it. There's rumblings that Comcast might, but
is gonna increase their bid.
But from what it looks like Disney will keep upping their bid.
But at what point? Okay, let me ask you.
Does it become ridiculous?
Yeah, because
it already reached that point.
Yeah, they've already reached that point because like, at what point? Okay, so originally, Fox is like, okay, we're gonna sell our stuff.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to offer?
Yeah.
Disney came in with $52 billion.
Yeah.
And then
accurate.
Like, okay, it's accurate for what it was, $52 billion. Well, now you're at 71.
Yeah.
So now you're paying roughly $20 billion more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So let's just say Comcast comes in at like 78.
Yeah.
Or something like that, right? Does Disney then increase to like 85? Because now it's that idea of like originally you offered 52.
Yeah.
Now you're offering 35 billion more.
Yeah.
At what point do you stop and say, fuck it, like it's not worth 85, or otherwise I would have 4 months ago I would have offered 85 billion.
Yeah, I think.
How much do you want to pay for Fantastic Four? This is what it's boiling down to.
Yeah.
I think you're overpaying if you approach the 80s.
I think what we've talked about before with what Disney wants is they need to bolster their streaming service. And they cannot just run it off of Disney movies, Pixar, and Marvel, and Star Wars. They need more stuff.
Yeah, they do.
So I think long term, they're going to get this because they want it. Long term, they get all the characters back they do not have for their movies. They get a whole shit ton of new characters, as well as entire new everything. So I think, like, what the fuck does Comcast have to... They have no idea how to run any of this crap.
Comcast makes a shit ton more money, though.
Money-wise, yes, but running...
I'd say, like... Well, I don't know if they have NBC. Yeah. Comcast has NBC. So they're in the TV game.
Yeah.
They have Universal, which is like...
Oh, yeah, it's Comcast Universal, right?
Yeah, it's Comcast Universal. So they're in the TV and movie game. They know what they're making. Universal does Fast and the Furious, I believe.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Well, like, they're in the movie
I know. I just wanted to...
Fast and Furious movies are making them billions, you know, like...
That's how they're paying for the
Fox.
Fucking Vin Diesel bought that.
Yeah.
Now we can have Too Fast, Too Mutant.
Yeah. They're in the game. They're not like outside of the realm of knowing what they
how to run
these businesses.
I think it's better fit for Disney and overall. Also, the merger between AT&T and Warner Brothers is done. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. Yay, more power to more people who don't need it. This was just kind of cool. I saw it, and I'm like, it's not really what we talk about normally, but I thought it was cool. Apple teams with Sesame Workshop on children's programming slate. So Apple is establishing a children's programming block with the Sesame Workshop. They're the people responsible for Sesame Street. They're going to do live-action shows, animated shows, as well as develop a puppet series. And it'll be on, like, Apple crap. But it'll be stuff for kids on Apple programming. I'm like, that's cool. I like that. Just a little bit of like, hey, we're trying to do stuff, and Sesame obviously knows what they're doing when it comes to children's programming. They've had Sesame Street on for like 57 years uninterrupted. So now you can watch it on Game of Thrones. So that's kind of cool. Remember that fucking joke when they're like, hey, it's really funny. I'm trying to make sure. Staying in TV, you know. Lucifer was renewed on Netflix. That's what happens when you try to change the title because you've already started a sentence. For season 4 of Lucifer. That's cool. Good for that. Fans get to watch a show that they enjoy. That? No, I have not. I have no interest in it. So, but more power to people. You get another whole season, and Netflix will buy anything. So, I added another story. I know what it is. Timeless was once again canceled by NBC. This is the second year in a row the show has been canceled.
Okay, so it says Timeless canceled by NBC after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that after season 1 it was canceled, and then brought back.
Yeah.
And then after season 2 it was canceled again.
Yeah, it's dead. And now it's dead.
May get a movie series finale.
Yes. So basically what happened is it's on NBC. It's produced by Sony. Sony is notorious when it comes to working out deals for TV. They are basically assholes, is what I read in the thing. Yeah, basically it came to doing new contracts or whatever, and they're like, fuck it, we don't want to. Apparently they've been also shipping around to other places, so who knows. But this TV movie thing, they used to do it a while, like in the past, right? You always saw the closeout series. They give them like the one-off thing.
They get the 2-hour season finale.
Exactly, yeah. With this, because the deal ends on June 30th, if they don't do it by then, they'd have to renegotiate everyone's contract, and it would be super fucking expensive. And apparently in the last fucking 10 years, only one show has done a TV movie to end it, and it was CBS show, Semen in the Hard Drive. The joke that there was semen everywhere.
CSI?
That's it, CSI. That was our cyber joke, that the semen was in the hard drive. It's going to sound real bad if you just fucking end the show on semen in a hard drive. Semen in a hard drive. Yeah, so that was the last show to get like a TV movie, not just like a 2-hour finale type of thing. So it's not a common occurrence anymore because they're fucking expensive with very little payoff for the studio. So that is that.
So Timeless is canceled.
Yep, no more Timeless. So that show no one watched. People can continue not watching it. Yes.
TV series announced.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the Child's Play Chucky movies. Mm-hmm. They did 2 direct to like streaming service ones. They were actually pretty decent. They were well done. That's kind of why they are getting this. They have not said how long it is or where it's going, but we're getting a TV series. So cool. MTV has created MTV Studios. They basically to launch their like TV stuff and have an actual production company with in-house. So they're gonna remake Daria, a show from the 90s that looked dumb, so I didn't watch it. A show that I guess is picking up traction called Made, and a live action remake of Aeon Flux. And then the only reason I got this story is because also they're going to try to revamp the Real World and put it on there too. So
Young Flux, why would you make a TV show out of a movie that failed with
because
Scarlett Johansson?
With who?
Scarlett Johansson.
I just thought you were saying her last name. With such like the German accent behind it. Johansson.
Why would you make a movie though?
Because the TV show was based on a successful anime.
This TV show.
It's off of that, which the movie butchered because naturally that's what they do when they adapt anything is butcher the shit out of it and cast a famous person in it.
So they're hoping to not butcher it.
Yes, they're hoping to make it well, but live action based off the source material that is the anime, not the movie that is not that good. Life things. That is it for TV, so let's move right to movies. Something I want to bitch about because I saw this and it just annoyed me. Sonic the Hedgehog confirmed as a delinquent in his new film.
Juvenile delinquent.
Oh, he's just a delinquent. He can fuck off. Basically, I read the plot synopsis, and he's fucking Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo-boo.
Yeah, basically. Where is it? Yeah, he fucking annoys a local policeman. Is basically what the fucking movie's gonna be.
James Marsden?
Yeah, Marsden. Right?
Yeah, Marsden. Right?
Yeah.
So he just interacts with him. We told you that. We knew that like a month ago when they cast him as like the lead male live action character.
I already hated this idea for this movie. Mm-hmm. You have officially just annoyed the fuck out of me. I'm done. Mm-hmm. Why? Sonic saves his friends from a guy with a stupid name that wants to turn animals into robots. Make a fucking movie out of that. Why are you making Yogi Bear with Sonic?
Why can you make a whole movie out of that?
Yes.
A whole movie out of that?
They've made 3 TV shows out of that. That's technically a movie.
I suppose. That's a...
Oh, it's a far stretch that they just don't make Yogi fucking Bear? That movie already tanked.
I agree that Yogi Bear tanked, which I've always wanted to watch.
Don't. I've seen enough of it to not watch it.
Making a cartoon, like a children's cartoon, and making a movie are sometimes two different things.
Yeah, sometimes. But this shit just pissed me off to the point. I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Also, you know what else pissed me off this week? Because it just, like, moved the fuck on. Have you seen this? This fucking Twitter account.
That just came out.
This fucking Twitter account, RM The Last Jedi, posted a lengthy fucking thread where they announced plans to create an alternate version of The Last Jedi. And apparently, like, they have the fucking backing to do it with, like, a $200 million fucking production. And I'm like... Move the fuck on. The movie's done. It's not that bad. Yeah, like, fuck off.
If your life revolves around this movie, which I haven't seen yet, but if your life revolves around this movie and remaking it, just end your life.
Okay. I want a different tact.
Right?
I retweeted it with a quote tweet.
If your fucking life is like remaking a fucking movie that you didn't fully agree with, just fucking end it.
Yeah. Well, I retweeted them, and I quote tweeted them. I'm like, the movie wasn't that bad. Wait for the next one. Move the fuck on. And if you have $200 million lying around, that's what I said. Do something fucking productive with it. Yeah. Anything. I don't care. Like
anything other than remake a fucking movie.
Because
my Luke wouldn't have done this. Go fuck yourself.
But what? So Disney's gonna be like, sure, here you go. Here's all our fucking actors. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, it's the same idiots that want the Snyder Cut because it's going to be so much better. No, that movie's...
believe that this movie will be fucking better.
You got the Snyder Cut. Also, the difference is Whedon took all the bullshit out of that movie and put one intro scene in. Yeah. Oh, and he changed the sky color so you could see what was going on. Okay, sure. Until I fucking see otherwise, there is no Snyder Cut. Fuck off.
That's better. Certainly not better.
Yeah.
There's one, it's worse, but it's not better.
And so ends our segment, us yelling at people. While we're on the DC track, we might as well stay here. We'll start with some positive news, and then we'll start with some really funny shit. Aquaman director James Wan says that a trailer will debut at San Diego Comic-Con.
Which is like 3 weeks old, IGN.
Yeah. Well,
same with Shazam. Did you see the one about Shazam today?
No, I saw. I don't even go to IGN rarely anymore, except to grab like
Shazam coming out, which I read no word of a lie 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Based off of like much like James Wan, he put out a Twitter thing.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh, I'm like officially announcing that the movie will be like the teaser or trailer will be at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like 2 days later, I see one from Sandberg, the director of Shazam, and then like later on that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Today I seen one, like the story come up that it was like confirmed it was the same. It was this exact same Twitter that I seen 2 weeks ago. I was like, so you're just reporting really old news?
Yeah. While we're on the topic of IGN,
Old
news and how they are kind of really slow on the game lately, even if they have to be like credible and actually figure shit out.
You can wait, but like a Twitter thing from the director
I know.
fucking confirmed.
Don't
tell me about it 2 weeks later
I know.
Like it's breaking fucking news.
But some of the things we see from like comic book movie, like fan sites like that aren't 100% confirmed. They just report what they see.
Yeah.
These guys, I'm sure, have to actually have a fucking process. Well, I know they have a process. But fuck, they're really slow lately, and their website is absolute dog shit.
Yes.
I don't know who's in charge of that web design, but you guys suck. Fix it. Like, it is just a fucking clusterfuck. And, like, why does the fucking cookies thing still pop up?
Yep.
Every fucking time I load a page. Mm-hmm. I get it. You changed your shit because Facebook fucked up.
Yeah.
Move on.
Privacy acts had to be changed, but fucking delete.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Let's just... How many fucking emails did you get from fucking places you don't even remember fucking subscribing to that were like, we changed our policies, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, 2 weeks of this shit, I got like 87 emails a day. I'm like, I don't remember signing up for this. I haven't looked at this in years.
Sending them to every email imaginable.
Yeah.
Because I got some from websites I've never even been to.
It's like the old Hotmail things where like they would just go down the list and change like one fucking syllable in the name and you got that email thread. Yeah. That's what they did. They just grabbed every fucking email they could think of and did it. And then I grabbed this story because it was funny. It was the one from Slasher Films saying that DC's plan going forward is just to make good superhero movies. I don't even remember what the quote was, but that was like the fucking headline like for 2 days across the board is DC's plans going forward now is to make good films. And I'm like, what was your fucking plan before? I'm like, no, I know what your plan was before. You threw shit at the wall to see what stuck. Yep. And unfortunately, like, one thing worked. Wonder Woman worked, and then you got Batman kind of, and then Harley Quinn, of course, but not her movie, just Harley Quinn. Yeah. And then Aquaman. And then, did you see that? This, I don't really have a story, but it was just Cavill teasing out, like, him training, getting ready to be buffed up for stuff. I'm like, all right, you look like you did last week, like rip the ship, but that's cool. Mm-hmm. Sony and Amy Pascal. I saw this on one website, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a thing. And then I saw it on Dateline, and I'm like, or Deadline, and I'm like, oh, it must be a thing now. They're developing a Marvel movie based off of Silk, the new spider person in the Spider-Man mythos. I don't care for what they did with her mythos. Mm-hmm. Basically, like, she was bitten by the same spider that Parker was. It didn't die initially. It crawled off and bit her and then died. And I'm like, okay, let's just change 40 years of history for no fucking reason.
Uncle Ben's still alive.
Yeah. But, so they're developing that. All right, cool. It won't get off the ground, much like the other 6 fucking Spider-Man offshoot films they're doing. Then there was this kept going across the board. You see this week?
I've seen this off and on. I've seen that it was put on hold. I've seen that other things were canceled, and now I'm seeing that like none of it was true and we're moving forward.
I think. See, this is what we always fucking tell Warner Brothers to do that they never fucking do. So massive reports after Solo broke that because it did financially horribly, critically horribly, they were stopping their slate of offshoots, and they were just going to focus on making Episode 9 the best that they could because The Last Jedi was terrible that a fan has to remake it for them.
Yeah.
I could spend $20 and make it with Legos, by the way. I don't know why he needs to do with that big of a budget, but... And then Lucas was like, Lucasfilms, owned by Disney, was like, no, we're still making these. I don't know where you fucking got this shit from. They're all still on the slate. We're still developing a bunch of shit. Look forward to not watching them in the future. But yeah, and I'm like, this is what we always tell Warner Brothers to do. Fucking do something about all these leaks. I like this from them. While I don't necessarily agree with every fucking thing they make, them actually coming out and saying, no, we're still doing this. Like, I don't know where you got this fucking information from. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. of them. Then last week, The Incredibles is now the highest opening for an animated film. Good for that.
You're going to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. Oh, I probably won't watch it till it comes out because I'm not going to head to the theater and watch it by myself because it's weird. Not to go see a movie. I saw a thing by myself, but just watching The Incredibles 2, I feel weird going by myself. But yeah, so that was cool. Good for that. For a movie that like took 14 years to make a sequel for, that everyone was like, "Why are you making this?" It did well. This was cool. I just added it because it looked interesting. This Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom collector's box from Kellogg's. It comes with a little screen that gives you like behind the scenes.
Do you remember when Kellogg's did? I want to say it was The Last World. And it had those 3D fucking boxes, like the sheets that you could take out, and they remember that?
Yeah. So you open it up, it's got little stats on blue on the Frosted Flakes. It plays a little video. It's got a little screen. It when it's closed, it looks like the monster's in its cage. And then there's the T-Rex, and it opens the other way, and the T-Rex is running. It also looks like he's in the cage, but it plays little behind-the-scenes stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
It's an interactive cereal box.
Exactly, but because they're like they're actually a collector's edition thing, they're not just like on every fucking box of cereal. They were limited to so many. Hey, look, Universal Studios makes Jurassic Park, and they're up on Amazon. They're up on Amazon as of right now, probably gone, and they're $25. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. It's money to spend on cereal. But if you're smart, you could probably take that screen and do something with it.
They've only produced 200 boxes.
Yeah, they're probably gone. I just thought this was cool. Which
is a small number.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the screen was expensive to put a screen inside of a thing, so that But that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're selling on eBay right now for 3 times as much. Because that's what you do when you buy things. One guy probably bought all 200 and just sold them. Lego Twitter was teasing a James Bond set. Why can't I talk? So it says, we've been thinking about creating a special Secret Service model that can help an agent out in a tricky situation. Any ideas? And then tagged Aston Martin in the thing.
Click on the original. Is there like a little picture?
Yeah, I think there was it looked like Bond. I said I don't got IGN, and then I just had a shit ton of news from IGN on it. And it says license to build, which is that's what it was.
License to kill, right?
So that's cool.
That's a good one. I like that.
It's like one of their one-off sets. It's like when they do Tron.
Who the fuck is it? The guy before Pierce. Timothy.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton, License to Kill.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So I thought that was cool. So if it's one of their like little one-off things, if it's like not crazy expensive, that'd be a cool thing to have. Mm-hmm. A Lego James Bond with his Aston Martin. The Sandlot people went to a Dodgers game. It was a little mini reunion kind of thing. 25 years. So they were at an LA Dodgers game this week.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was a little picture of them at the stadium. I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought just because like you were telling me about watching it.
Yeah.
And then seeing them all together for the first time, some of them for a while. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't watched that movie in fucking years. And then they just announced a whole bunch of Funkos for it too, because there's a shit ton. Yeah, they got a few of the kids and then the dog, which is I thought that was kind of cool. Oh, I found the article. Warner Brothers is now starting to crack down on Harry Potter fan events. We've talked about this before of people using IP to the point where like they have to step in, and Warner Brothers is now trying to build Harry Potter up to be like one of their tentpole franchises.
Oh, it is, yeah.
No, but like even more so than it already is. Like they want it to be the thing, because like Harry Potter's big, but like with every year waning interest will disappear because there's not Harry Potter
anymore.
Yeah, so they're trying to fix that. So before, a bunch of conventions would have like Harry Potter's name everywhere and have like images and shit like that, and now they're like, nah, you can't do that shit. You want to have a convention, just make it generic wizard. You use Maury Hodder. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there was that little bit of news. That is it for that. Moving on into games, Bethesda is suing Warner Brothers for ripping off Fallout Shelter to make the new Westworld game.
Like the way the shelter looks?
Basically, yes. Bethesda, the company behind the Fallout games, filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers Interactive and developer Behavior Interactive, stating that the new Westworld mobile game features assets that were stolen by Bethesda's own mega hit Fallout Shelter.
Oh, like the way like you moved and
Yeah,
from Shelter?
basically what it boils down to is that Behavior was the people responsible for making a lot of the assets in the game, and basically instead of making their own game, they went to Warner Brothers and was like, hey, we can make you a Westworld game like this, and basically used all the assets that they used for Shelter to make the other game.
So Behavior made the game for Bethesda?
Basically, yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So then Behavior then went to Warner Brothers and said, we can make the same game using this thing.
Yep.
So can you sue Warner Brothers or do you sue Behavior?
You sue Warner Brothers for using the assets.
But the assets are owned by Behavior.
But
Who made the game for Bethesda?
It doesn't matter if they were licensed to make the game and all the assets went to Bethesda and then they just used the assets again to make the other game. Warner Brothers is now responsible for having the person who made the game use the same assets.
Really?
That's what the lawsuit is.
That seems odd. That doesn't seem legit. Like,
Yeah.
you can't blame me for the way that someone else makes a game.
No, but you published the game with stolen assets
Are they stolen? Because the person that created the game for you also made the game for me, so they're not stolen. Stolen is the wrong word.
No, it's not, because if they make the game and they...
If you make me a T-shirt,
Yeah.
go with me on this. If you make me a T-shirt and then you make a T-shirt and sell it to someone else, did I buy a stolen T-shirt? No.
But if I sell you the T-shirt and the intellectual rights to that shirt as is, which the assets would be, you and then go and
sell it to someone
yes.
else. No, and then you sell it to someone else.
Yeah.
And it's not on that other person. It's on you.
You are responsible for the company that you hire shit that they do.
Seems loose. I think you can win that.
I'm
saying as Warner Brothers,
Warner Brothers will win that. Behavior will not.
Yeah, because Behavior was not going to win. You're the one selling the stuff. Yeah. But as Warner Brothers, you're going to win that.
Someone should have been like, maybe this looks a little bit too much like this other game you did, because they would have
It's all in perspective. I mean, at any point you could tell that to any fucking game. We talk about it all the time. Every game since 2014 looks like Asylum.
Yes, but that...
So at what point do you not go after...
But that's different, because that's a style of combat, not...
Well, I'm just saying,
had they just taken Batman and put assassins over Batman...
Well, they're not...
But that's what they did. They took the Fallout Shelter stuff, stripped it all off, and put Westworld on top of it.
Yeah, but go with me on this. If you take a fucking Assassins...
Yeah.
You break it down, he moves just like Batman.
Mm-hmm.
His costume just looks different. So as long as the costume looks different in this Westworld game, to some extent...
But the assets are different.
I'm just saying, it's Behavior that is... that is to blame.
But like assets and looking the same are completely different.
He moves the fucking same. Assets are the same.
But it's a completely different build. This is the exact same build, just with the same thing. Like if they took the Batman stuff, stripped it, and put the asset.
Rocksteady didn't make Assassins.
Exactly.
So who made Assassins?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft then stole the idea from fucking Rocksteady. Yes. Technically, they stole it and just made their own fucking...
I mean, Assassins was out first, but sure.
But when
they revamped the fighting style, yes.
Assassins as a game was out.
Yes.
But they saw Rocksteady and said, we're going to steal that design and that technique and that engine.
Them and every other publisher.
And everyone else.
Yeah.
And said, we're going to steal that and use it. It's legal. Rocksteady goes and makes Assassin's game, and then Warner Bros. is suable because Rocksteady made two games that are the fucking same. It doesn't make fucking sense.
Well, because if Rocksteady made Assassins for Ubisoft and put the so Rocksteady makes Assassins using the Batman stuff, whatever. They turn around.
Can that go sue Warner Brothers?
No, because if they go turn around and Rocksteady makes, let's say, a Ninja Turtles game for EA, but uses the exact same shit, and Ubisoft had bought in all the rights, assets, and everything, and then turns around and says, you know, contract-wise, you can't just make the fucking same thing and do that. If they go over there and do that again, yes, they are liable. That's what this lawsuit is.
Loose, though. It does, right? Like, it seems like behavior's to blame.
I don't think
Warner Brothers not that much.
Warner Brothers maybe not, but you should know what the person you're hiring is doing.
You should, but at the same time, you're hiring them because you want them to do that same thing.
Yeah.
Because it was successful 2 years ago.
Yeah. No, the Fallout shows are still huge.
No, I'm just saying you want. Just saying, like, you want them to do that because
it looks like Fallout Shelter. This one picture.
Every game fucking looks like Batman now. We talk about it all the time.
Yes, but like, when you see Batman as Assassins, completely different game, completely different art style. The fight combat's the same. Guess, yeah. This could be fucking thing. Looking at this, if I didn't tell you it was Westworld, what you would think it's fucking Fallout Shelter.
Oh, possible.
Look at the character designs.
To look at this, it looks like a generic mobile game.
Yeah, exactly. Because they probably made 8 of the same generic mobile games.
I couldn't tell you that it's like 100.
But usually when these stupid ass companies do this, they go make the big game, then they make the rip-off of the same thing, and then 10 years down the road, they get sued. Not, they made the big game, and then we're like, hey, look, we made this game over here. Can we do it again? Someone's going to fucking notice. Yeah. We went more in depth to that than I thought we would. Life is Strange 2. Release date confirmed with new teaser trailer. So that game we saw at E3 by Don't Nod, the Captain, I was going to say Captain Underpants because that's what they kept calling it when I was watching Kind of Funny. The superhero one is it's a free thing in June that is going to start into this new game. Mm-hmm. And this new game comes out on, I believe it's September 7th. Captain Spirit is the name of that. I didn't watch this trailer because I'm like, I'll wait for the game to come out. But I believe it's September 7th. There we go. In September, yeah. So in September, we're getting Life is Strange. 27th. I knew there was a 7. There you go. 27 is the new date for that. Life is Strange is cool. It was fun. I don't know how this new game is going to work. I thought that game would be a one-off. But I should know better because games...
Anything that's successful is never a one-off.
Nope. They will drive every franchise into the ground if possible. Pokemon Go added trading and friend features this week. You can now trade and...
That's still relevant, Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, like you use huge the way you say Flash is successful. Like
Flash is successful.
The TV show is not good. Okay, you use it as the way saying Flash is good.
No, Flash isn't good. It's successful. It's not good.
Okay, but is this huge?
Yes, it's in the top 10 every week for purchased games.
It's still successful as the way it was 2 years ago when everyone was playing it?
Yeah, for 2 years your game...
I felt like the world was playing it 2 years ago. I feel like half the world is playing it.
It doesn't matter. Success isn't measured by that. It's measured by money.
By people play it?
By money. This game is in the top 10 every week for 2 years. That is success.
So it doesn't matter by the numbers that partake in it. It's just strictly money based.
Yeah.
So if 10 people played it, but it still made $100 million, it was successful?
Yes.
That seems odd.
Because if you're going, it does, but the company's still going to keep fucking making content for it.
Making it, but 10 people are only playing it.
They do not care.
I'm asking you what the difference is. Like, I'm asking you personally, do you think it's successful?
Yes. Based on this,
10 people playing it.
If it makes
versus 300 million.
If it makes $300 million, then yes.
No, I didn't say 300 million. 10 people versus 300 million.
Is it making money?
I didn't ask you that. I asked you 10 million.
No.
10 people.
No. Obviously, number wise, yes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, is it as successful as it once was? Then would you? I would say no.
People wise, no. Money wise, of course. Yeah. Like, look at Fortnite. Look at Fortnite. It's the fucking top game on all 3 consoles. Makes 0 fucking money because it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
But yeah,
it's across the board.
Yeah, exactly.
The world is playing it right now. Like, I would say the world is playing that.
Yeah.
The world isn't playing Pokemon like it was 2 summers ago.
No, but it's still relevant and it still makes money. So yes, it is successful. It added trading. Originally I saw level 40 and people were bitching, but every article I saw said level 10.
If you're level 10, you can
trade,
trading.
And then it costs Stardust. Then the higher your friendship level, the less Stardust. Blah 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 blah. Way to have this 2 years too late.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's too late.
I mean, for most people who are still playing it, they can get the ones that they don't have.
I don't think as many people as playing it as they once were.
No, of course not. Of course not. It's the same thing with World of Warcraft.
The world was playing it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like literally everyone I knew was playing it 2 summers ago. This summer, no one plays it. We know one person who played it last year, and we made fun of them for playing it a year
too late. Yeah. But, like, they still have those big events, and, like, they're always packed, and the game never works, which is really funny. But, yeah. So, that's cool. You have to be within the distance of the person. There's no, like, online training.
So, you gotta be, like...
Yeah, exactly. So, I thought that was interesting. But, yeah, finally added trading 2 years into the fucking game. Good job. Spider-Man, this was comics, but it's also this. Spider-Man PS4 is getting variant covers, which I thought was pretty cool. There's that one image I showed you last week.
Amazing comics that are coming?
The Amazing Spider-Man, the Avengers comics, Spider-Geddon, and the West Coast Avengers comics are all getting one. So here's the Amazing Spider-Man annual. It looks cool. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man.
Number 5?
Yes.
Number 5?
Yeah, because remember they're restarting their numbers. The Avengers.
7.
And then the Spider-Geddon cover, one of the alternate covers, is that picture. Yeah, I have one of these as my background, the Spider-Armageddon one. So just a little bit of cross-promotion.
West Coast, go down. One more. West Coast Avengers.
Oh, sorry, yeah, and the West Coast Avengers one. It looks like a playoff of the one where he's lifting the thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
But, yeah. And he looks cool drawn. It looks a lot like his normal costume, but just with the silver. Accents. Yeah. But, yeah, that was cool. Little cross-promotion between the brands. Oh, I forgot this. New Turtles movie is in the works. Paramount's new CEO is trying to get its big tentpole franchises back to where they think they should be, and one of those is Turtles. So they are working on a new movie.
How do you think that would work? What do you think they do?
I think
that they didn't do in the first one.
I think
2 years ago, first one.
I think now they just do a story about the Turtles, much like they did with the animated one from I think 2007.
Like the
CGI one, yeah. I think they just make a story with the Turtles. You don't need an origin story. You don't need to do it. Just do it. Much like they're doing with Spawn. And what's another big one that just came out they didn't really do an origin for? They was just like, here it is. Oh, Spider-Man.
Oh, yes, Spider-Man.
Yeah, here's a story with Spider-Man. You all know his shit. Just do it. And I think that's what they will do with Turtles. They will just tell a story with the Turtles.
What do you think they look like? Do you think they go CG again like these new ones, or do they do like a puppeteer original old one? Because a lot of people have problems with the look of these ones.
I had a problem with the look, but if you do a good CGI looking, just make it look like a fucking turtle thing.
These weird
monster.
Don't make them 9 feet tall. Don't give them.
Don't make them look like Doomsday.
Yeah, don't give them clothes.
Yeah, just make it look like There's
make them look like.
You can make it the 90s. Yeah, Turtles 2 Turtles, basically, yeah. Use the Turtles 2 Turtles, yeah.
Make them look like Turtles 2.
Or even if you use the inspiration from the 2003 series, those guys look cool. They were a little sharp on the edges, but even if you did that, you could do that. I'd be fine with. Whatever you do, don't use the last two.
Yeah, the last two movies.
Yeah, no, the last two TV shows, don't use those.
Oh yeah. Well, don't use the last two movies or the last two TV shows.
The animation for the one before the one that's about to launch was all right. It was just
it was okay.
It was very CG anime style, which I was like it's turned off a lot. Mm-hmm. This new style, it's awful.
Yeah.
What is it? Rise of the TMNT?
Rise of the Turtles? Yeah, something like
Rise of the Bullshit. God, that movie's gonna fucking suck. Ruin our TV show. You're ruining Turtles. Knock it off. But anyways, we're getting a new Turtles movie. I'm pumped. Woo! Friday the 13th will no longer get any future content. They were supposed to get a bunch of free DLC for the game. Basically, what happened was, because of a lawsuit, because some guy's an asshole, they can no longer make new content for Friday the 13th. Basically, one of the original scriptwriter guys, blah, 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 legal jargon, didn't get enough money for something, even though he got enough money, blah, blah, blah. He's now suing for creative control of the franchise. And so any development of anything is now on hold.
For movie,
all of it is on hold. But the Friday the 13th game was fairly popular among people, and they had plans to do Uber Jason, additional counselors, and just a bunch of other shit. They can't do any of that now because of this fucking lawsuit, and you just killed the fucking game. This is one of those games that was like kickstarted, but originally it wasn't Friday the 13th, and then the guy who has the rights was like, this is cool, use Jason. And then they rebranded the whole thing as Friday the 13th. They can use all the iconic places and stuff, but a lot of the counselors they were just generic things, right? Because they had to get, but then what they did was Tommy Jarvis, who was Feldman, right? Yeah, Feldman in the movie. They got his likeness. He came in as a character. And then Uber Jason obviously is really funny because when they went to space, like, that was fucking one of the worst Friday the 13th ever, and that's saying something. But I didn't really play this game. I wanted to, but like, it's multiplayer online kind of thing, and I'm not feeling that. But this was cool. The game looked cool. It was an interesting premise for a game. Jason trying to kill counselors as you escape. I love that premise. It sucks for other people that really enjoy playing this game because some asshole is an asshat. I don't like that you can sue just whenever you fucking feel like it, because you're like, you know what? I made this original fucking screenplay in 1976. I'm going to be dead next week, but you know what? I feel like I should get more money. I'm going to sue. Fuck off. Like, why? What fucking financialness do you have from this? You're going to be dead soon. Like, he's like 80-something. Like, piss off. That's like fucking, instead of Fingers Kids suing for control of like Superman and Batman and shit, it's just them. Like, yes, DC did fuck them over, but like now they're 87. They're like, you know what? We want some more Superman money. I am not a fan. Also, we are not sponsored by them. I wish we were. That'd be great. Stranger Things is getting a comic book. I'm just going to jump around now because I forgot some stuff and there's some comic book stuff. So Stranger Things is getting a comic. The Star Trek crew of the original Star Trek series is going to cross over with the 80 series of Transformers. So it's based off those two properties. That's cool. I like reading Transformer crossover comics. They're really good. Speaking of Star Trek, Alex Kurtzman is going to start doing more Star Trek stuff for the franchise. So they're going to do another little mini series. They're going to try and do a new TV show, as well as jumpstart these few movies that they have going on right now. So that's cool. I like Trek. Star Trek Discovery was good. I have to finish the second half of the season. Took a break and I didn't watch the tail half of it, but I was really enjoying it. It's rumor has it Patrick Stewart might be doing something with Picard in one of these spinoffs, so that's pretty cool. He's a big name for that franchise, so if that works out, it might help it. It'll be locked behind the CBS app thing, so no one will be able to watch that either.
Oh, so
yeah. Amazon has ordered a series from Robert Kirkman, his Invincible comic series. I've heard a lot of things about this, but I've never fucking read it. No. So yeah, the series will consist of 8-hour-long episodes and will be an adult animated take on the comic.
The comic first launched in 2003, concluding last February after 144 episodes or issues. Didn't think it ran that long, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I've heard it was very popular. I've never actually read it. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will. Now that I have the ability to read every comic ever. This I put on because it was funny. Candice Patton hopes Iris will do more reporting in season 5 because literally that's her fucking job as a character. The only thing she reported on is how to piss me off every week. She's very good at that. Breaking news.
How does she still have her job if she works at Star Labs?
What the fuck does she do at Star Labs? And how does Star Labs have any money to pay any of these people?
Wells left a bunch of money to them after he blew
to the Flash.
He must pay them.
I'd be like, fuck you, get a job. Oh, well, at least like he's married to one, so I'd still be like, fuck you, get a job.
This one.
Yeah, this one.
Who hasn't worked in 3 years.
Yeah. Their financial in this is weird. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the director revealed how the characters will unlock. Basically, it's like was rumored that you'll start off with the 8 character, I believe it's 8 characters that you started off with in Smash 64, and unlock characters through challenges, fighting, and so on and so forth, until you get the massive fucking roster that you have. Basically, his thought process was, in a fighting game, you want to feel like you're achieving something, so unlocking all these characters will give you constant reason to keep playing.
Yeah. So out of a 90-person roster, roughly, or 80-person
something like that, yeah.
Roughly, you originally only start with 8 and then have to unlock the other 72?
Yep. It gives you a lot to do.
That is repetitive. Like,
probably.
It's repetitive.
Well, depending on what like the challenges are. He said challenges and fights. So like there's probably like mini games and shit, but yeah, repetitive as fuck. But it gives you a chance. Like I like the ability to play. Obviously in fighting games you have your favorites. But I like when they force you to change it up and play as a different character that you necessarily wouldn't, and this seems like what it's going to do. This was cool. We talked about this last week, the Max coming back. Batman is going to team up with the Max in a series called Batman/The Max Arkham Dreams.
Who's the Max?
It's that purple dude. That guy. Remember he had like an animated thing when we were younger?
The Max, it seems familiar.
You always saw like the one pose he had. He was sitting on a rock and he has like his little hands and he's wearing this costume, but he looks big and like langly. But this is cool.
So it's just a one-off, like kind of like a miniseries. Like
yeah, it's a miniseries. Yeah, I'm all for this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like when DC does these crossover events with characters and stuff, and I like the Max from what I can remember. And Batman's just fucking Batman. Speaking of DC, they're going to partner with Walmart for various new comics. They are called Giant Size Issues. They will be exclusively sold at Walmart, and they are oversized anthology books featuring a variety of new stories and reprints focused on characters like Batman, Superman, and the Justice League. There's also, basically, it's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Superman Giant, Batman Giant, and the Justice League Giant, as well as the Teen Titans Giant. And these will be monthly things. They will all be $4.99 and should be in Walmart by the 1st of next month, which is July, which is kind of cool. Gives DC a wider reach, especially in Walmart. You'll probably see them like on the end aisles or whatever, trying to get them promoted. But like, yeah, that's cool. I thought that was interesting. I saw that come up today. Let's just see what other news stories, if and or interesting they are. I don't want to talk about that because it annoys me.
I think we're done all these.
We have did every news story this week that I could find. What'll happen is we'll go downstairs just like last week and it'll be breaking. Like that Lucifer thing broke news. Friday.
Yeah, major news will break as soon as we finish.
That happened. That's like 6 times that's happened to us, at least in the course of recording this podcast. Like just big fucking things happen, and just as we're recording, and we're like, fuck, and then like we'll forget to add it to the block. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this happened. But yeah, 50. And we made it through this week with minimal effort. Woo!
That's what I like to do.
Yeah, minimal effort just in everything. But yeah, what are we at here? We got an hour, I think.
54.
Nice. Yeah. I don't really have any other news. Nothing else that I can remember this week. Yeah, did I? I was amazed. This week, I read the stories. I remembered the stories. So basically, I just looked at the headline and had to remember what it was. Because normally what I do is I grab all these stories and don't read any of them until I get up into this room before we record. So I have like 85 stories in my head of just like complete and utter fucking nonsense. And then I'm trying to like get as many stories as we can through it and just bumbling my way through words, sentences, and fucking people's names. And I'm like, they're right there, just fucking read them. And I'm like, I don't want to read their direct headline, so sometimes I'll change it, but midway through the sentence, I forgot I changed it and just was like completely fucked it up.
And you start reading it. And
yeah, that's what I did with that fucking Netflix story, and I completely fucked it. Yeah, because like they're doing catchy headlines to get you to read it. And I just want to fucking tell you that, like, yeah, Lucifer's coming back for season 4. Boom, done. I don't need a fucking press release for that. That's it. You know what? I want to talk about something real quick. How news coming through tweets. How do you feel about that?
What kind of news?
Like just like trailer tomorrow or like breaking news about this, like that. That's where that thing came from. A tweet. Lucifer was like, "Oh, here's the thing. It's back." Blah blah blah. Like I mean, have we reached that point?
Like
yeah.
Because here's what I'll say: it depends on where it comes from. If Netflix or whoever made Lucifer, like like their production company, whatever, if they put out a tweet that said, "Hey, Lucifer coming back season 4, Netflix, check it out," that's all you need to know.
Yeah,
I don't need a big.
That's how we got the news about Last Man Standing too, right? From Tim Allen. Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
I like it when it comes from an official source, or like an official source has retweeted or mentioned it.
Yeah, or like at the bare minimum, you got to like Netflix renews it.
Yeah.
But then like let's say Variety is the Twitter.
Yeah.
Variety tweets Netflix renews Lucifer season 4. Boom. You're done. That's all I need to know.
I don't want fucking Joe Blow telling me though. Yeah. Or you can retweet that, fine. I'll see it. But like, and then I forget who the guy from Polygon, Jason Schreier. Mm-hmm. He does that a lot. He reports and then retweets it from wherever he reported was, or like he just gives his source of information. I really like he's really good news reporter. He does a lot of like we do it all the time where it gives us like the big breakdown of what's gonna happen and what thing. That's a lot of that is Jason Schreier stuff from Kotaku, and he does good shit. Yeah. So, I gave you the streaming schedule. I thanked everyone. I don't have to do it at the end of the podcast. I made it through the intro. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Seriously, though, if you make it this far into the video, we really appreciate you guys watching these and telling us that you like them. If you're new here and made it this far, welcome. Please, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. You want to give us a dislike? Go ahead. We'll know you're there. At least we know you're engaged. Yep. I'd like to thank all the people, though, who come up for the live stream. Those do well, and the replay of them later do well.
Exceptionally well.
Yeah.
I've seen on YouTube that we had 12, I believe, for the last live stream.
Yeah, 12.
As opposed to episode 49. That only had
one.
And
it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. So that's one legit view of episode 49 versus the 12 that watched the live stream the other day.
But the podcast before had almost 10. And that's like our usual go-between is like 10 and maybe 15 after.
I'd say
no, if you go back later on, some of them actually get there. But I'm just like, I don't understand the logistics of how our podcast works sometimes. Because like, if I'm late, it seems to do well, but if I post it and then you do the link too soon on Facebook, it doesn't do as well. So I'm like, I don't fucking... It really is. And like, it's not consistent week to week. No. Like, we get the views eventually, but it's like...
We got a... it was a bad week for episode 49.
Yeah, it was. Hopefully and then like the same with the canceled by Fox one did just fucking bad. It did two, and one was me because I checked it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand the logistics of when I'm supposed to drop these, because like I say Monday and then sometimes it's Tuesday and it does well, but I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, when you do it on Monday, it does well.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do it on Monday.
And then like if you do the link before, like, because normally you do it like Wednesday or Thursday. If you do it before that, it gets no traction.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have no fucking clue. It's a weird thing. I noticed that trend of like, I have no idea what our logistics are because they're all over the place. Like the All Sesame No Street one does not count.
That one doesn't count. You want to know why? I Googled.
Do we come up?
Watch.
Because I checked the analytics. We come up for like every search. All Sesame No Street. Or No Street All Sesame or something like that. We're checking stuff because we want to see something as we use the Googs.
All Sesame No Street. Not. Watch. All Sesame No Street?
Yeah.
Oh, the other day we were the first video.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Nice!
Legit. So maybe if I click on videos though, but like...
I cheated the system and I put the tag. Well, I normally tag what we talk about. But because this was the tagline of the movie, we appeared...
That's bullshit. Because I'm telling you, fucking Thursday, which was yesterday, we were the first video on the
I noticed
Google
it jumped. I noticed it like 4 or 5. It had gone up since then. But like, I call it cheating the system. But in all reality, like, you search this term because you saw people talking about it, or we say, hey, go watch this trailer. Excuse me. And like, it's going to show up that it's our podcast with our name. It says the Talking Bull podcast episode whatever. Was it 80? It was 84 or something. Mm-hmm. But like, it's going to show that it's an hour and a half. It's a podcast. Like, why? No offense to the people that have clicked it. Why the fuck are you clicking on it if you want to watch a trailer? No trailer is an hour and a half. That's a fucking movie. Yeah, unless you think the movie broke on YouTube for some reason, I don't understand the logistics of that. And it's like, that's not even the name of the fucking movie. It's called The Happy Time Murders.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't like, and the tag is in there. So I don't know. I try to tag everything we talk about in the thing.
Yeah, I Googled All Sesame No Street.
Yeah.
And we were the fucking first video.
Yeah, I don't.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
I just don't get that. Like, it's weird. Like, I live checking these logistics, and I shouldn't because they make you sad sometimes. But like, I don't understand it. Like, episode 48 had 9 views. And then 49 has 1. I don't understand. It's at 87 now. No Sesame All Street is at that. Oh, way up, 1 out. Nice. Okay. But yeah, our analytics are weird, and I don't understand them because sometimes it says somebody watched for this long over the course, but then when you check the YouTube site, there's more analytics saying they watch longer. Mm-hmm. So I have a hard time tracking how long people actually watch into this. But if you make it to this point, comment so I know. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. So, thank you for joining us this week. Thank you for being here with us along for the ride. We're going to continue making these. We enjoy making these. We enjoy making content for you guys. We think we're pretty entertaining, at least to ourselves. Some of you find us entertaining. But thank you again. We will see you next week on the Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. Goodbye.